Hello, I am John from Millions of Technologies. So in this video, I'll show you how the new mini version of the driving school and computer college and professional courses system works. So here is the login page. So to register for a student, you just click on new registration. So and you are presented with this registration form. You click on start registration and you fill in the details of the student or the user in that case, then hit next until you are at the final stage. So that's how the registration works. Then for login, I can log in. I have already registered a user, so I log in as an administrator. So to log in, I'll just enter the ID number and password. So ID number is that, then enter the password there, then sign in. So this is not administration section. This is the student section. So under the student section, they can print their student card here. They can generate the card. Then they can view the curriculum for the courses they have enrolled. Here, you can view the curriculum and see the lessons I have learned and the ones which have not learned yet. So here is the curriculum for the student. Then I can also view my examinations, see the exams I have done. So this exam I have not done yet. I have not done the other card, and even the main theory exam I have not done it. So yeah, that's the student section. Then the other thing, they can see some few statistics here about the course. Then they can enroll to a course here by clicking the enroll to a course button here, and they click the course they want, say light track categories. Then it will give you the course details and all that information. And when I click on enroll to this, to enroll you to that course, and when I go to my dashboard, I can see now C1 here I have 0%. I've completed it 0%, which means I've not done anything. So I can view the curriculum here and it's still not done. Nothing is done yet. So that's simply how the student section looks like for the mini version, but the full version has more information where the student can even start learning online. They can pay fee online and they can do a lot of things online. But for mini version, it's just view the information. So the other things are done by the administrator. So I log in an administrator here. So this is an administrator, admin sudo. Log them and sign in here. So this is the administrators section. This is the administrator dashboard. So under the administrators section, we have many users. We have secretaries, instructors, bursars and accountants, also known as managers. So we have so many users here. So under here, in the administrator dashboard, you are provided with some few statistic information like the total fee balance, outstanding total fee balance for more students. So as you can see here, the fee balance for this is 13,500 and 12,500, which adds up to 25,800, which is this one here. Then you can see the number of students active and those who are suspended. So you can see such information. Then as you can see here, we have the graph for fee payments. So in this case, this month, January 2020, a fee of 200 has been paid. So which is this fee here, 200 Kenya shillings. So then we have the enrollment and registration graph. So this student is the same person who is doing two courses, John Doe. So there is only one registration for John Doe, but two enrollment for this month. And you can see course statistics here based on which course is most enrolled. So category C1 and category B1 are equally enrolled. So this is a simple dashboard. So other functions you can do here, you can receive student fee. So if I come here and say receive student fee, I'll be taken to this section here where it will give me the information about the student. Then I'll say receive fee. Then I select the payment method, which is SA cash. Then I'll enter the amount which I've received, 300, say, and in case it was paid for a day earlier than today, I'll just select that date. Otherwise, I can just leave it blank and it will assume the today's date. And then in case I've opened a manual receipt number, I'll just enter the manual receipt number there and then say pay. So then it will generate a system receipt. I can print receipt. It will come with a stamp here. This one will be added. So, and then the registration number of student, the total amount paid, and the fee balance of that particular student. Then I'll just click on print and it will generate this one. So then I can hit back, and now as you can see, the fee payment graph has increased from 300 to 500. Yeah. So yeah. So then in case you pay a bad receipt and you want to cancel, you can just click on cancel receipt and it will give you all the receipt belonging to that student. So maybe I want to cancel the receipt for C1, category C1. So I'll just hit on cancel receipt and that receipt will be cancelled and fee adjusted successfully. Then when I go back, as you can see now, the fee payment is 200 again. So as you can see, they still have full fee balance for category C1. So that's how fee payment works on this mini system. Then other things I can do is few students, I can update their monitor number, then I can record their exam. So yeah, in case they have completed all the lessons. So for these lessons to appear completed, you have to record attendance. This is normally done by the instructor. So I'll log in as an instructor and I'll show you how to record the fee. Then I can also record the exam. Then I can also add a new course. Then I can also suspend a student in case I want a student suspended. I'll just click on that suspend student. That student will be suspended. So I come back here. I can and my student is already suspended. So I can come here on academic and see create students. Under academic, I can see under student suspensions, I can see suspended students. I'll just resume the student, and once I come back, my student is active once again. So in this section here, we have so many things. So under academics here, we can generate a class list for students. So this is a class list. I can select the course, the branch and the course I want the class list for. Then I can hit on print and it will give me the class list right there. Then the other thing I can do is attendance, record attendance. So recording attendance, on attendance, you select the curriculum, which is the new NTC curriculum, applies for all of these courses. Then proceed to select lessons. So say it's the theory lesson. Today we have attended these 3 lessons, these 4 lessons. So I'll just next and select the student. So category B1, I'll select if this student attended, I'll just tick them. The category C1. So say I want to select attendance for Dadora or for Dadora branch. I'll select the student. I'll tick the student there, and then in case it's this attendance is being recorded by an instructor, you will not have to select here. The instructor will come automatically pre-filled. Then if you don't select date here, today's date will be set as default date. But you can select in case they started you wanted to record attendance for yesterday. Then after that, I'll just save and finish. So I can save this and then I'll select the instructor to be Zakdo and then save and finish. So attendance has been recorded. Then you can hit back and back again, back. As you can see, a student have already attended now 6 lessons out of the 35 lessons. So that's how attendance works. So The other thing is scheme of work. So the scheme of work, this is generated by instructor. So I log in as an instructor, it can generate the scheme of work together with the lesson plan. So the other thing is exam analysis. So this just shows the result slip if student has already finished their exams. So the other thing is the suspensions. You have seen how it works. Clearing a student. Clearing a student is once the student has completed their fee. So you can even clear the student from here. So, but this only happens if the student has already cleared their fee. So if the student has not finished their fee, you cannot clear them. Yeah. So the other thing is deleting courses. So this is not good. So deleting a course, it will only happen for students who have not paid anything. So you can only delete this course if this student has not paid any fee for that course. But if they have paid, you cannot delete that course. So, and for you to delete a student, you have to delete all their courses. So an extensive training will be done once the system is acquired. So the other thing is, and finance here, we can record a payment. I'll skip that part. We can view the daily fee payment report. So as of today, we have received 200 Kenya shillings. So you can select the branch and the date here which you want to see the payment for and view. As you can see in that branch, there are no payments. So I said $1 today, CBD today. So we generate that report. Yeah, and then I click on print, and as you can see, it will show you the total fee received for that particular day. And the other thing is, and finance, we have something we call the ledgers. So these ledgers, they are the student ledger accounts. So you can view them based on branches or just all ledgers. So as you can see here, it shows all the record, both the debit and credit. So once you enroll to a course, a debit record is created for that day you enrolled, say this date 7. Then once you pay, a record is added. In case a receipt is cancelled, it will appear here as cancelled in red, just like that, and then the balance here. So to print the ledgers, you just click on print ledgers, and it will automatically format it and generate the ledgers with the letterhead. Yeah. So that's how the ledgers works. Then the other thing is, under finance, we have the performance assessment form. So this is created by secretaries for different branches. So a secretary will generate this report at the end of every week. So at the end of every week, a report will be generated on all the students registered, all the courses enrolled, all the fee received, all the complaints logged in the system, like here you can add a complaint. So it will generate a report on all the information, all the activities of that week. It will also assess the instructors based on did they come to school, did they come late or early, something like that. So it will generate such a report, and you will see it in action soon. Then then you can record an expense here. So the expense on vehicles and other details. Say you can say fuel. You select the vehicle, say that, enter amount, say 2,000, and its description will be a receipt number from the gas station. And then you save that expense. So as the administrator, you will generate a report for expenses later. So here, the management here, as you can see here, there is expense analysis. So here it will show all the details of the amount, fuel, and the description here, and then you can click on print and it will format it automatically. Then the other thing is, you can see here we have courses. So under courses here, this is where a lot of things happen. This is where you set the fee for different courses. It's also where you set if the course is available, half course is available, then you can set the refresher course fee per lesson. So then you have the theory and test fee. This only if you want to do theory and test only, and you can check here if the course is on promotion, and it will be shown as a promotion. Otherwise, just uncheck that. You can also check courses if is available for enrollment. So in this case, only 2 courses are set as available. So I can set other courses here as available, and maybe add this one as a promotion and see what it will look like. So I just come here to a student and a new course. So as you can see here, the course I set as offer, also promotion, it appears as offer category A3. And as you can see, we have all the courses here available. And when I click here, I can just select if I want full course, half course, or refresher course. So I say half course, refresher course is available. Half course is the same price as full course, only a little difference. Then refresher course here, 100 per lesson. Then the reason you can edit here is because you are enrolling the student as the administrator. If you are not administrator, you cannot be able to edit the fee here. So that's how the enrollment system works. So the other thing is, under management, we have branches, setting fee, adding vehicles in the system, expense analysis, then system users. This is where you can add new system user. You can also suspend some users like Mary here, Zach, you can suspend them, and then something like that. Then the other thing is the system log. So this system log shows everything that is happening in the system. As you can see here, when someone was suspended, it was logged. When they were resumed, it was logged. And then when there was a fuel expense recorded, it was shown here by the system log. So that's the work of the system log. Then we have school curriculum. So under school curriculums, this is where you add courses to a curriculum. So then you can manage topics in that course, like these topics here, the main topic of the course. Then under the topics, you can add some lessons. So these topics and lessons will be used, these details will be used to generate scheme of work and also the lesson plan. So it's very important if you want new lessons when you are offering new lessons for the system. Then you can manage the examinations. So here we have the CAT, practical and theory examination. We have the CAT and main theory examinations here. So they are automatically generated by the system for the mini version, but for full version, you can add your own exams, customize them, and also the student can do those exams online. So for mini version, they are just automatically generated once a topic is created and once a curriculum is created. So the other thing is, you can register a new student here, and you can add a complaint here from the student. So basically, that's how the mini version works. It makes sure you have all the details of your students and your school together that way. So let me just log in as an instructor here. So I will log in as a secretary here. So so that I can create the assessment form. So in case you have not done the tour, in case you are new to the system will give you a tour. Yes, please. It will ask you if you want to do a tour, and then you can say yes, and then it will take you through all how the system works, explaining everything, every single detail of the tour, and show you all how the system works. And simply, that's how the system works. So it will give you a good tour explaining each and every part of the system. And then once the tour is done, it will tell you the tour is complete. So as a secretary, I can come here and finance and see under assessment form, I can create a new report. So secretaries are able to create a report because they are the ones in the branch. So on the start date, I can say the week starting from day 2. Okay. and then create that form. So it will generate that form with each and every detail. So it will show me, and then it will generate some few information about the instructors here. I can say if in the following instructors keep time as agreed with student. If it's a yes, I can check yes. If it's a no, I can say no and say give the reason they gave, and then the visitors, and then the visitors of that week, then comment on instructors' performance. Then once I've done all that, I just say agree and then save the data. So receipt number, and this is the manual receipt book. So there's a reason as to why this system is showing 0 in everything. This is because all the money we have received, we received from not from CBD, but we received that money for using the online account, using the administrator account, and the administrator account is only meant to receive a fee showing online, not for a specific branch. That's why it's showing 0 here. So this secretary never received any fee. All the fee was received by the administrator. That's why it's showing 0. So we'll just do a research. So we'll just make this secretary receive a fee of 200 from this student. You say receive fee cash, say 500, and I've received the money today. Today's date 7. Yeah, just today it's date 7. So this week was supposed to be done from this day to day 10. Yeah, so that's it. So I received that fee. Go back. So once I come here to create a report, the problem is that until the week is over, we cannot create a report for that week. As you can see, the system does not allow creation of weeks form until it's past Saturday of that particular week. So here, since we are on date 7, and the system will only allow us to create a report for December, but not for January. So we can create report from 29th to date 4th of January. So we just receive fee and assume that that fee was given to us or was given to the secretary on that particular date. Please note that all these things we are doing here is just for demonstration purpose, but it's not correct information. So I can say maybe I received the money on date 2nd, so just pay and then finish. So here I just generate the report for that week. So it's starting from December date 30 going forward to date 5th of January. So I create form. So as you can see, total money received was 200, the one we have received. So after that, so the secretary will answer these questions. So the money, was there any money banked? So I can say, yeah, I banked 200 Kenya shillings. So how much, when did you bank the money? Say I banked the money on Saturday. Then how much was not banked? So it's 0. Then we have a manual receipt book status. So receipt number of the end of last week. Since we have not created any other report, it will show 0. Then here we can see the receipt number was ended at 12. Then in the following instructors keep time as agreed, yes. If no, we'll give a reason. So then the visitors and secretary, so visitors and secretary comment. So I say the number of visitors, say we had 2 visitors. Then comment on instructors, say all was good. And then I'll agree that the information I've given is correct and save the data. After that, I'll answer these questions as if it was the manager doing a follow-up. So is there receipt tagged? No. Manual receipt cancelled? No. Is there a flowing receipt number? Yes. In case I say no, I'll give a reason. In case here there was a manual receipt cancelled, I'll give the receipt number. Otherwise, it will just remain like that. Then I'll agree, save the data. So that's how the a report works. So after that, so after the secretary has created the report, they can print the report as is, and it will generate something like this. So it shows here on the second, 200 was received cash, then grad total, half course enrolled, 0 full course enrolled, student 0 is enrollment status. Then it will also give the secretary name and also the date that the report was created. Then more information regarding cash correction. So it will give all the details, and then the receipt number such that I can print that receipt and give the grad total of that money corrected. Then the status was 0, the current week receipt and comment and consideration, and then other receipt cancelled and all that information. So okay, then we have a report on cash and banking. So this amount banked on this date, amount bank not banked was 0. Then report on visitors, 2 visitors. Then there were no complaints logged. Then report on instructors, yes, they all followed for 6 days. Report on student with less than 5 lessons to exam. This will be generated automatically from the system since the student have been, the instructors have been recording attendance. Then the secretary signature, then the manager comment and director's comment, which are not available at this moment. So when you print it, will generate something like this. So then I'll go back there, and then so that's how the report will look like. So I can now log in as administrator and change some few details there. So once you log in as the system school principal or system administrator, I'll come here on assessment forms and I'll see this form, the form which was created, and as you can see the director is not completed, so I just come here and say complete form. So the director can also perform as a manager. So in case the manager is not available, the director can do the manager's work. So under manager section, I'll just give a comment. It looks good. Then all this information was answered by the secretary. So general manager comment. The school is running where? Then I save the data. After that, I'll come to director section, and then I just fill in the information about the just the comment. The director just needs to give a comment after they have reviewed all the information given by all the people. As you can see, they cannot change information given by secretary because they are not allowed to. Then but they can change information from manager since they can act as the manager if and only if that information was not logged. But in case a manager acted, then they will not be able to change that information. So under the director here, just give a comment. School is anyway. Save and print report. So as you can see, it has now generated a full report. So all we do is just under signature here. So that's how the report will look like. As you can see now, the report is fully complete. All I can do is print it. So that's how the assessment report works. So it's a little bit complicated here, but once you have done a training, it will be easy. So that feature was supposed to be in the full version, but we decided to add it in the mini version just to help the schools be able to do analysis on their school so that they can see the position they have every single week. So that's simply how the whole system works. So yeah, so I can just log in as I'll log in as the instructor just to show you how the scheme of work will work and the lesson plan. So even then they will take to just say no thank you. So I can come here under academic. So lesson plan, I just click on curriculum, then select the lesson plan for particular lesson. So maybe I want a lesson plan for this lesson. I just click on print for the course I want. So if I click on B1, it will generate a report for B1. All I have to do is just add the signature and then print here. So that's I just print there. So yeah, then to see the lesson plan showing 30 minutes, 6 minutes, 30 minutes, all the 3 hours. Then the other thing I can generate is scheme of work. So scheme of work is a little bit complicated. So we will have to create a scheme of work for particular month. So maybe I want scheme of work for January 2020. And then I'll choose the curriculum, UNTSA, then the reference which I used. So the default is that. Then I say save scheme of work. So the scheme of work was added. So once the scheme of work has been added, I can do so many things on this scheme. So first I can print it, just then I can also delete that scheme. So if you click on delete, it will just give me 5 seconds before it deletes. So I can print the scheme of work for category B1 and it will look something like this. So once I have done, once I have completed a lesson, once the say NTSA fellows come here and they want to see the scheme of work, all I have to do is just tick the lessons which I have done. So if I tick on this, it will tick all the lessons which I have taught and then click on print. Then it will generate a scheme of work with all the details which were necessary. All I have to do is just add a signature. So it simplifies the work of the instructors, and then it will leave them with so much time to do other things like teach the student and practicals instead of writing each and everything on a paper. So that's simply how the system works, and thank you very much for your time.